Shalom, Israel. We are the Isupk. This is the Detroit camp, and we're coming to you with the Lashawan Qadash today. The Lashawan Qadash. If you can't hear me, or if you can hear me, give me a 1 in the comment section. Just put a 1 in the comment section. I'm not quite sure if my mic is working real good. I think it is. All right. This is Lashawan Qadash coming to you from the Detroit camp. Again, we the Isupk, Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, bringing forth the truth in this land since 1969. And that truth is that the so-called Hispanics, the so-called blacks, the so-called Native Americans are the children of Israel as found in the Bible. And we are under commanding General Yohanan, and we've been bringing forth this truth since 1969. Started out of Harlem, New York, 125th, 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. This is the Lashawan Qadash, or what we call the Holy Tongue. Well, what's translated, Lashawan Qadash actually means Holy Tongue. This is the original language of the earth. This is the language that was spoken before the Most High came down at the Tower of Babel and confused their language. It is the native language of Israelites. It's the native language of Israelites. What we do here, what we're doing right now here in Detroit, is that we're laying the foundation so that you'll be able to speak your own language. Remember, we're going back over, I'm gonna always recap. The Lashawan Qadash is read from right to left, not how we say here, left to right, but from right to left. You guys been with us a couple of weeks, so we really believe you can read this without the English translation. What is this? The La, Sha, Wa, Na, also La, Sha, Wan, the Kwa, the Da, and the Sha. So La, Sha, Wan, Kwa, Dash, or Holy Tongue. And with every class, what we're going to do, we're going to take it to the beginning. Why? The more you repeat something, the closer you get to having it totally memorized. So, what are we going to start with? I see you, Miss Dorothy Davis. Shalom, big shout out to Shaban Yahawada. Shemayim, big shout out. Here we go. Let's get started. We always start with the alphabet. The alphabet. Say them with me. What is this right here? Are we on board yet? Ah, is that right? Ba, ga, da, ha, and you know what? Let's get that exactly right. There we go. Ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, right? And the za, that's my little fancy. Here's a ka. Yeah, that's the one with got that guttural sound. Got the ka. We got some stuff we're gonna learn today, so stay with it, brother. Got the ta. Remember that? Remember that? That's the ta. Figure out a way to remember this one. That's the ya. I know. Put the English pronunciation on the bottom. We'll get back to that. We want to get used to recognizing these letters as themselves. We want to work on getting our brain. So when I see this, I know it's a za. When I see this, I know it's a ka. When I see this, what is that? That's the wa. You see that? I know this is a ya. You see, this is the ta, the da. You see what I'm saying? Ba, ga. You see what I'm saying? What's this? The ha, right? You want your brain to get used to recognizing them in and out of order, just like we recognize ABCs. So we got to what? Go over it over and over and over and over again. So we left out with the ya, right? So we want the ka. Remember that? That's with the K sound. We want the ka, right? And then we want the la. Ka, la. See that? Ya, ka, la. After the la come the what? The ma, the na. Y'all got that? Y'all working with me? Y'all still with me? Then come the sa. See that? And then this one should be easy to remember, the I. Not a big old what? It's the I. And after the I, you got the pa, the taza, right? That's the qua, the ra, the sha. Got that? The ra, sha, and what's left? We only got one left. I'm down getting a little low, but I should be able to see it here. And that's the tha. That's the tha. We're always going to start every week with these alphabets until we get fluent, until we can recognize them in our sleep. We're always going to start with the alphabet. So let's go over them with me. You ready? Here we go. With the A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Kha, Ta, Ya, Ka, La. Got that? Then we got the Ma, right? Na, what's this? The Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Qua, Ra, Sha, and Tha. You got that? You got that, Yasharala? This is your tongue. I know it seems elementary. I remember going back into the kindergarten and stuff where, I had sisters older than me, so before I got there, mother made sure we know how to read in English. So we went through the same process. Went through this exact same process. One more time. A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Kha, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, what's that? Ra, Sha, Tha. You see that? You got that? Always go over this. Write it down. I'm gonna leave it here for about another minute. About another minute. Let's write this down. And while you're writing it down, I am going to put the pronunciations up under the letters. Hope it don't appear to be too messy. A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Kha. See that? Kha. Ta. Says Ya. Ka. La. You with me? You know you got to practice this during the week, right? You have to practice it during the week if you want to get it memorized. Put it up here. This is the Ma. This is the Na. Right? Sa. I. This is the Pa. Got that? This is the Taza. This is the Ra. The Kwa. This is the Ra. This is the Sha. And what's this last one right here? This is called the Ta. Okay, this is called the Ta. It's not that difficult. A little bit at a time. Just like you learn all the statistics of all the sports figures that you ever worship as a kid, you can learn this. How did you learn it? Like you learn all the rap lyrics, how you learn it? Repetition. A concentrated effort. You did it deliberately. You learned all that out there deliberately, and you can learn this deliberately. Big ups to Montezad. I see you out there from Napoleon. I guess that's Napoleon, Ohio. Big ups to Shaban Yehowadah. Stick with us. Take your time. Write this down. Remember, every day you want to get 15 minutes. You want to get 15 minutes on this Lashawan Qadash. That's all it takes. It's 15 minutes a day. All year round, 15 minutes before you, close your eyes and go to sleep. 15 minutes when you first wake up. Someplace 15 minutes every day, and you'll be surprised how astute you become with this language. Okay, it's time to erase it all down. What we want to do, we can look at words. Look at words. Why is that? Why we look at words? Well, we want you to be able to recognize not only the letters, but we also want you to be able to recognize words when you see them spelled with those letters. Just a quick repeat from last week. Remember last week? We talked about this, right? Right? We talked about this. All right. Told you could read my mind. I already told you can read my mind. You got a C blank T, a D blank G, a B blank blank R. All of that, what's the first thing to come to mind? It's probably what? What's the first one to come to mind right here? What word is this? Can somebody tell me what word that is? Tell me what I'm thinking. Tell me what I'm thinking. I'm show you how your mind works, and this is how you'll be able to get the Lashawan Qadash. Did anybody guess? That's an O. If that happens to be an O, guess what? You already know what this word is down here. Let me raise it up a little bit. For Shemayim called me to, hey, I can't see that word. You're down too low. There we go. Okay. Deal. If I said this is going to automatically be a what? You say, why? Because our minds are already locked in and we learn a certain way. The Most High blessed us with that. We learn a certain way. Same thing with the Lashawan Qadash. We learn words, we learn what they are a certain way. Our minds will memorize this. All right? The first thing we did before last week, let's try that a little bit. We went over the brothers, the sisters' names written in Shaban, the names written in Hebrew. I'm gonna start with mine. My name is Masha, Officer Officer Masha. See that? Officer Masha. I know it's way far. I'm not trying to put all the way out there. But to spell my name is Ma. You come up with the Ma, right? Got a Sha, right? What's the Sha? Sha looks like this, right? And then you see this AH at the end? Well, that lets us know what we have to use the Ah in there. So here we go. Ma-sha. Okay, Ma-sha. Well, before we get off with any names of anybody else, right? All right, I see y'all on it. I see you, student W checking in. Using that screen name, Freedom First. All right, you damn right. It's nothing but freedom when you get into it being an Israelite. We were created to be free under the Most High. But what we do, we enslave ourselves by trying to do what? Be like everybody else. I know this is not a scripture breakdown class. We're talking about the Lashawan Qadash. But let's have this conversation. And for those of you who want to, you had an opportunity with this particular program that you're seeing me on. You're seeing this class on. You may be able to participate, get on screen, look in your content in the chat room or whatever down at the bottom of your screen. See if there's some way that you can enter the broadcast studio. If it is, make that request if you want to come on screen and I'll put you on through. Anyway, let's go over another basic before we get into this name. Is how our letters come together. If you notice, this is called this is the La, right? Lashawan Qadash. How did I get that? Well, I start with the La, And you notice I put a point up under it. And again, we always gonna go over the basics so you can remember these, okay? The la, that means that that particular letter, character, is pronounced by itself. It has its full name. As we said, it's ah, right? Ba, that's what we said, ah, ba, ga, da, right? Each letter has a sound. In spelling, we're going to start with this. We're going to take that away. We're going to take that away. But that, if you see a dot when I'm writing something, you see a dot up under it, that means pronounce it with its full sound. That's a la. Right here. Dot again, that's a la sha. Right? Now I'm going to show you the difference. If, in fact, it didn't have the dots and it had this, because we know the sound for this is a sha, right? That's the sha. And we know the sound for this is la. Now watch this. If we did it this way and I connected the two, it would actually be pronounced la. Shh. See that? Lash. My bad. I don't. See, I like that. Mess around here and get so used to writing Hebrew, don't want to write the English right. Lash, not lash. 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 Why? Because they're connected. When you connect two letters, the second character gets its soft sound. Remember we talked about that last week? The second character gets the soft sound. So a sha, right? The hard sound is sha. The soft sound is shh. You see that? Lash. La, sha, or lash. Lash. You see, that's the soft sound, the SH sound for the sha. You see. And that's the way it works with all our lettering. Once we connect them, you get the soft sound. So, you still with me? You still with me out there? You know, I'm not trying to read the Hebrew in the chat room because that's, first of all, you know, Shaban, that's the Assyrian script, and we're not working on that right now. If you got it in the ancient Paleo Hebrew script, put that in the chat room. Put that in the chat room. If you can find that Paleo Hebrew script, and it's out there because I have it on my laptop as well. Okay, so we got that rule, right? When you connect two characters in our alphabet, the second character, this one here, gets a soft sound, which would be sh, lash. Got it? All right. Now, other than that, what do we say? Whatever character you use gets its sound. All right. So who name didn't we write in Hebrew last week? I think Shah Ban Yahawada. I don't think we did yours. That's pretty easy. You got the Shah, and I think you got a Ra. Is that right? And you connect the two. And you connect the two. The Shah and the Ra, when you connect them, it comes out Shar. Shar. If also, Baba Kashah, if I may, if you know what your Hebrew name means, if you know the translation or the definition of your Hebrew name, we're going to talk about that a little bit. Go ahead and put it in the chat room. And while you're in the chat room, I got to tell you, look, I know a lot of people think teaching classes like this is boring and dry. We're going to try to spruce it up a little bit. That's why I'm using the program. Well, I'm using this program called General Q. So use this program. But we want to try to do some things with it. We want to try to do some things with it. I see you, Shah. mighty man. We want to try to do some things with it. So, if in fact, like I say, if you feel like you want to come on screen, if you got a question, I would love to have y'all lovely faces up here. You know, I don't get in front of the camera. I try not to get in front of the camera too much. Matter of fact, what's going on here? That's a little bit much right there. There we go. I must have hit that. Y'all supposed to talk to me about that. All right, here we go. We're gonna look at. We just did Shah. Yeah, we just did Shah. Now, I want to do some things, and now let me put mine again. The Ma, Shah. All right, Mashah. When I ask you to give me the definition, this means in English, one preserved, one, I might not show you, you can see it, drawn from the water. Now, I have to admit, I'm old. I'm old too. I'm old. I'm old. 1959, I made my debut this time into this world. That put me at about 61. And it's only about 2 years ago, the truth found me out there floundering. So I'm here. The Most High has preserved me. It's amazing how these generals and these captains, mighty men over us come up with these names. One preserved, one drawn from the water. Mashah. In English, of course, y'all know what that would be. So we're going to leave that alone. We're not trying to deal with English. Shah said his name is Prince. Now I know Shemayim Mutar, that her name means heavenly or heaven's rain. Why I'm going over this? Why are we doing this? The reason I'm going over this and talking about this is because we just don't name our children. We've never just named our children names, just to give them a name. Paul, Dick, Rhonda. What the hell, Rhonda? Where'd that come from? Janice. You know, we just don't give them names. You see, even our name, Yasharala, Israel, Yasharala. You Prince of the Power. You wrestled, our forefather Jacob wrestled with the angel of God all night long. One who's wrestled with the Lord and won, Yasharala. Yasharala. Our whole name means something. So my name means something. I should be the embodiment. I remember when I was getting this name, how the Captain Laban explained to me that our name, even though we might not see it as us, that the Most High has given some insight to the men over him, the generals and these captains, and giving them insight to where when we are given our Hebrew name, it's a name that we grow into. Man, 2 years ago, you thought I'd be sitting up here teaching the Lashawan Qadash? I don't think so. I don't think so. But we grow into our names. You know, I got a name that's if we go by historical figures, it's something to live up to. So look at your name. That's right, Shemayim. Heaven's rain. And you know, if it wasn't for water, if it wasn't for the rain on this earth, there would be no life on this earth if it wasn't for the water. See how significant our names are? Shah's name is Prince. You see that? Yahweh Shah, some people consider him that great prince. That's a ruler name. That's a ruler's name. I won't leave you out, student W. I know you tuned in. Your name is coming, mighty man. Your name is coming. All right, let's go look at some words. That's enough talk. Remember, and we're going to go over this every week, just in case. Chat room with that crazy stuff. You're going to hear this. Why do we have a six-pointed star? Why do we have the Star of David and all that? First of all, it's not a star. It's not a star. Let me give you the definition of a star. A star, first of all, is a round ball of gas up in the sky that gives off light and we sees it. That's one star. It's a heavenly phenomenon. That's a star. It's a round ball of gas. Another star is a famous person here in the earth. Let me show you what stars could be. How about LeBron James? How about Snoop Dogg? Here's a star. Ice Cube. Here's a star. You see, those are stars. Famous people. Okay. When they talk about the Star of David and the six-pointed star, what they're talking about is this right here. See, if you wasn't with me last week, show you how simple this is. This is what they're talking about. This is the Dawada, the Magun Dawada. And what this is the, so you'll know, shield. Dawada. Shield of Dawada. This is the symbol or the shield of David. Now, how did we get that? We're going to keep going over this. And I'm going to put one over here on the side so you'll know. We got that because our King David, right? The fella that was after the Most High's own heart, wanted a signet ring. He's the king. He can make his own signet. You see what I'm saying? Like you got the seal of the President of the United States. The Queen of England got her seal and all that. Okay, David wanted his. This now, watch this. His name again in the Hebrew is pronounced Da wa Da. Somehow they translated that to David. Okay, King David. Okay. Now, if you notice, the beginning of his name begins with a Da. The end of his name ends with a Da. So if you got a Da here, and we only turning this one upside down because it's at the end, you got a Da, and you got a Da, right? All he did was take that character, this character, watch this, and put them together. Let's move this one over. That's all he did. And that's so Judite right there. That's so Judite. That's where you get that from. Okay? So we have the Dawudah. The Magun Dawudah, the Dawudah. Magun, it's simply the shield. King David, which is our shield. All right? We got that? Let's have some fun. Matazab. Matazab. That's heavy, mighty man. Matazab means stronghold. You know, it's amazing to be a stronghold of the Most High. To be a stronghold of the Most High. That's a powerful position. I mean, I know you studying this Hebrew. I know you studying this Hebrew, this Lashawan Qadash, to be able to be the place in your sphere of influence where the people can find their original language, their pure language. That would be amazing. Keep it up, mighty man. They name you right. You know, we got the shield. We're gonna go over this real quick. We got the shield, and it's got the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, like this, right? We got that. But did you guys know on every place that shield appears, right in here, something is written. And this is what's written. I think that right there. No, I didn't. I left something up. Oh, I know I did. How about that? How about that? Who can tell me in English terms? I'm gonna actually wait. I'm gonna give it some time. What's this word? What is that word? And it's important that you know what it is if it appears on everything we do. You know, our shield appear on everything that the ISUPK does, right? This word is here on the shield. Sooner or later, somebody gonna ask you what is that. Sooner or later, somebody gonna ask you what is that. What is your answer? Shah Ban Yahweh says, Savior, Deliverer. In a sense, you know that's right, but that's not exactly what it says. I want pretty much exactly what that word is right there. Shemaiah Matar says it's Yahweh. Closer, but again, no cigar. Let me give you a hint. This is a name of somebody. You got your alphabet? Work it out with me. Okay, somebody give me Shah. What I need is give it to me in the Hebrew. Give me what the word is. I see what you're saying, and you're actually right. But what does it say in the Hebrew? Give me the Hebrew pronunciation for what's on the board. Shemayim. Big up. Get us sister a hand, y'all. Get us sister a hand. She got it. It is Yahweh Shah. Yah. Here's the Ha. Here's the Wa. What's up? That's the Shah, right? That's the Shah. And that's the I. But so what that would be pronounced, you wouldn't even pronounce it with the Shah. It would be Shai taking on the I, right? Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Shah. That's right. Big up to that sister. Big ups to that sister. All right. Now, we don't have any more new names to write. So we're going to go to something that's going to help you with this. Because at some point, we have to get to the point that what? When we write a word, we know what the word means. Hawa means to be. We need to know that that means to be. Hawa. Or Anya Shawama, I'm watching. Or I am watching. Atha Shawama, you watching. To understand that, how are we going to get to that? Again, using an old technique, being old, I learned old school, the old way. What we're going to do, we're going to take something you already know. We're going to take something you already know. There's a thing called the Lord's Prayer. Say, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. What we want to do is start learning to read and write that. And when we're going to consider this lesson to be a success when this is when you're going this is how you're going to define success. You can go in place in the Lord's Prayer written in Paleo Hebrew, and I point to a word and you can tell me what that word is instantly. That means we get some of the other practice again, like writing them down, learning the alphabet, each character. Now it's time to somehow incorporate the Lord's Prayer every day, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Okay. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Now, here's the thing that you do know how to do. You do know already how to pronounce words that you see written in Paleo Hebrew. Trust me, you already know how to do that. How? Because you know the alphabet. A, Ba, Ga, Da, right? You know that. You know what they sound like. Ab, if they connected, right? Abba, Ga, Da, God, or God. You see that? Or Gad. Isn't that interesting? That is actually the spelling of the tribe of Gad. Abba, Ga, Da. Connected to, that's Gad. You see that? So you already know how to read. You already know how to read. You just keep practicing your alphabets, at least to pronunciate. You know how to pronunciate. Now, I'm going to give you something, a tool, this Lord's Prayer, that's going to help you come to recognize words and understand words. Our Father. A, is that right? Ba, na, wa, is that right? Abanawa. Abanawa. Our Father. So you know, put it like this. Y'all still with me? And you know what? I'm gonna try. That's a ma. Abanawa. Our Father, which art in heaven. Abanawa. Now, I know I got this. Let me see. I know I got this in the Hebrew. I want to pronounce it right. Shalom. Shalom. Israel. Give me 1 second. second. I think I got it. Here we go. Here we go. We want to be able to read this in the Hebrew. And it's good to watch the teacher work sometimes, get it done, but you want to be able to pronounce it correctly. Abanawa, Shabbat, Shema, Yam. Shabbat Shemayim. Got that? Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim. Qadash. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Qadash. Hayaha, is that right? Haya. Haya. Shamka. I want to show you something too. In some writings on the Shamka, this letter here will be presented like this. It'll be presented kind of weird. It's like this turned on the side. That's the same letter. The Ka. Shamka. Haya Shamka. Yahweh. Come on now. Yahweh is the next one. Yahweh. See that? So, are you with me? And when you get to the Passover, this is a prayer that's going to be performed in the Hebrew. You want to get it right. You ready? Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, got that? Shabbat Shemayim Qadash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh. Do it again. Abanawa, Shabbat, is that right? Shabbat Shemayim Qadash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh. Shamka, Yahweh. Y'all got that? That's the first line of the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanaw, Shabbat Shemayim, Qadash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh. You got it? Abanaw, Shabbat Shemayim, Qadash, Hayah, Shamkat, Yahweh. You want to read it? Just like that. Always. Get it. Let's go again. Write it down. If you haven't written this down, go ahead and write this down. And it's all right to put the English down here. The English pronunciation. It's all right. It's all right to put it down at the bottom. You want to get away from that? You guys push me. I guarantee you. You push me. But we want to learn this by watch this. We want to be able to recite this, Psalms 83, the other prayers, bless Israel in the Hebrew. We want to be proficient at reciting this in the Hebrew and know what we're saying by the time we get to the Passover. Remember that Passover is what? Passover is April 9th, 2020. Make sure you be there at Passover. You know, something going on before the Passover too. First of all, but this next month, two things going on next month. One is March 7th and 8th is the Feast of Purim. Who know what that's about? Who know what that's about? Somebody, if you know what the Feast of Purim is about, right? If you know what the Feast of Purim is about, hit me up in the chat room. Let me see what you got. Tell the class about it. Matter of fact, like I say, yeah, for that, if you want to come on into the broadcast, get your picture out there while you tell the people what the Feast of Purim is about. That's okay too. I can bring you in. See if you got a link. All right, back to the Lord's Prayer written in Paleo-Hebrew. Paleo-Hebrew. Ah, ba, na, wa. You got that? Ah, ba, na, wa. Sha, ba, sha, ma, yum. Shabbat shema yum. Shabbat shemayim. You know, they tell us that Israelites have a lazy tongue. But they say niggas have a lazy tongue, but they really mean Israelites. That's what they really mean. And we'll say Shabbat shemayim. You know, I named my wife, that particular wife. I named her, and it's her name is Shemayim, and we'll say Shemayim in a minute. So, kind of like dialect, you know. Northern Spain speaks a different dialect of Spanish than Southern Spain. You know, folks from Detroit, they speak English. Folks from Tennessee, they speak English, except for they just can't understand different dialects. You got that? That's all that's about. That's all that's about, different dialects. The Lord's Prayer. Abba Nawa, our Father. Shabbat Shemayim, which art in heaven. How we know that? Shemayim, heaven's rain. Shemayim matar. Rain is matar, Shemayim, Shemayim. That's heaven or heavens. So we see what? Shabbat Shemayim. We know that's heaven, so we know in that particular phrase we saying which art in heaven. Qadash. What that say? Say hallowed, right? What's another word for hallowed? Work with me, work with me. What's another word for hallowed? Let me show you how this is accurate. This is called what? The Lashawan Qadash. Or the what? We know Lashawan, you know what that is? That's tongue. Qadash. That's holy. Got a brother here in Detroit, officer of 1,000, mighty man in our media department. His name is Qadash the Bar, or holy word. Qadash the Bar. See that? Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Qadash. Our Father, which art in heaven, holy or hallowed. Holy or hallowed. That's right. That's right, Shemayim. And somebody give me the definition of holy. Holy is the same thing as what? And I'll give you a hint. It's the opposite of integration. It's the opposite of integration. Abanawa, Shabashamayim, Qadash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh. We're laying the foundations. Holy, so you know it's the same as separate. Separate. Qadash, separate. Shaban, you're right. You're absolutely correct. It means to be separate. So, and why do we go there? Almost every class, you're going to find somebody talk about holy. If the word holy come up, it's going to come up with separate. Why do we do that? Well, because we've been raised in this Babylonian tradition called Christianity. And when they taught us something was holy, set apart, you're absolutely correct. Shemaiah, set apart is another word. Separate, set apart, absolutely correct. Uh, but being raised in this Babylonian thing called Christianity, we've been taught that to be holy is to be something ethereal, kind of gaslight floating out there in the ether somewhere, existing in pure bliss. And you know that's got to be the biggest crop of malarkey there is. Matazah, set apart, you're absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. I just saw that. Holy. What we got here? That's right. Yeah, Christianity. And they told us this crazy shit about being holy. I see you, Shaw. Look at here. This class is becoming more fun. I appreciate y'all. They thought holy is floating out here in this ghost-like Zen stage. What the hell? No, holy just means to be separate. In other words, Martin King taught you to be unholy. What you talking about, Michelle? Martin King taught you to be unholy. Why? Because he was the one that told you it was all right to sit down at the table of brotherhood as a son or daughter of a former slave of a slave with the son and daughter of slave owners at the table of brotherhood and be friends and to integrate and to mingle and to have. That's unholy. That's an unholy alliance. Care how you look at it. The Most High say don't do it. He said if you're going to be holy, stay separate. Our Father which art in heaven. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Qadash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. That's what it's saying. Be thy name, we say, Yahweh. Yahweh. You know what? Y'all must be special because I keep looking at this and don't even know how I'm teaching it. Our words go this way, and to explain it in words that we understand, I got to go back this way. So, but anyway, Abanawa, our Father, Shabbat Shemayim, which art in heaven, hallowed or holy be thy name. Be thy name. Hallowed be thy name. Haya Shamka Yahweh. Hallowed be thy name. Yahweh. His name is Yahweh. Let me give you another teaching. I'm gonna probably repeat a whole lot of stuff. You can always go check this out. Anything we teach in the Isupk. And if you already got your Hebrew name, you're already a student, a trooper, an officer, a wife, a princess in the Isupk, you know this is a true statement. Anything you question us on, just go back and research it. You can even go up the line through the officers and priests and captains and generals, and what you're going to find in Israel, in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we all going to be on one accord. So I'm going to take you right here one more time. Now, this is how smart y'all are, how dumb the scholars are. That right there, when they finish translating some Paleo-Hebrew, they translated a name, and it was these 4 letters right here. These 4 letters I got right here. YHWH. Now look how the Most High makes sure we get the truth through General Yahweh. All I want you to do is apply the basic Lashawan Qadash or understanding to these letters to see what it says. Because, watch this, where this appears in the different translations, they use words like God, Lord, stuff like that. You see that? They might say Most High. But if, in fact, you understand the basic principle, what do we say about our alphabet? We got 1 vowel sound, maybe 2. Shai makes it 2. Yahweh Shai makes it 2. The Ah, right? And the I. Okay? That's our 2 vowel sounds. Now, knowing everything else is a consonant, and just understanding the languages, what go between each consonant? A vowel. So, if we take the vowel sound Ah, which would be, watch this, the most logical thing to do if you're trying to take something from one word and construct it into a word you can understand, you take the vowel sound and put it between the consonants. And what do you get? Yahweh. You know what they call this? I'm not even going to try to write it. We see that as a name. I can see that as a name for Yahweh. But this is what they call it. They call it 4 letters. This is how smart they are. These are PhDs that did this. 4 letters, or, watch this, the tetra, and I might misspell this, grammaton. See why we shouldn't listen to our oppressor? Because they stupid. The tetragrammaton. And you know what this, in all they college pieces of paper, what do you call them, degrees and all that, you know what they came up with that to say? Jehova, Jehovah. Somehow they got Jehovah out of that. And you know what, I'm not no big language professor, none of that. I'm just having fun with this and following the orders that the mighty man over me gave me. And I'm going to give my best. I'm going to teach this. Give my best. So, in other words, if you run across a book written by an oppressor talking about they're teaching you the Lashawan Qadash, forget it. They're not even going to use Lashawan Qadash. They're going to call it Hebrew, Yiddish, something. They really, No, right here. If my class become too elementary for you on the move up, just hit YouTube, Isupk, Lashawan Qadash. It's a mighty man other than myself teaching this that's going to give you more than the basics. It's going to give you more than the basics. And we are people that we always grow on one another. You see what I'm saying? One more time. Can you understand what we got here and how it's written, and can you recognize those words? Our Father. That's Abba Nawa. Our Father. Shabbat Shemayim, who art in heaven. Let me just put heaven right here. Who art in heaven. And this said, hallowed, Qadash. And you know I'm going to stick with this because I want you to remember it next week when we come back. Because we're going to pick up right wherever we leave off. And watch this. I'm going to depend on you guys to remember where we left off. I'm going to depend on you guys to remember where we left off. Hallowed be thy name, Yahweh. And this, I don't know, is completely accurate, but as it flows together, it's accurate as a flow. You got that? It's accurate as a flow. Ha-ya. You got that? Ha-ya. Shamka. Ha-ya. This the ha. Yeah. This is the ya. That's the ha. You get the ha and the ah, they sound alike, but you'll know when to use the ha as opposed to the ah. Okay, sham, you know that's the sha, right? And that's the ma. So sham ka. Ka with the K sound. Got that? That's with the K sound. Sham ka. Yahweh. Just like you know Yahweh Shah, you should be able to recognize our power's name anywhere. Nobody should be able to write that anywhere and you not recognize it. You surely want to be able to do that. I'm gonna leave it up to y'all. That's quite a bit. That's quite a bit in a little over an hour. And we're leaving off with, let me see, Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Qadash, Haya, Shamka, Yahweh. That's the first line of the Lord's Prayer. I want you to memorize that. I want you to write it down so much this week that no matter if you see any of these words anywhere, sometime next week, you recognize it. You see that word, you know that's Shabbat Shemayim. You see that word, you know that's Qadash. You just know it. Just like what? Cat, and you can't see this. Cat, dog, and goat. You know, cat, dog, and goat. Just like you recognize them, you recognize the pattern that they make. You know, your brain put all that together. This is how you're going to get your brain to do the same thing with your own language, with your language. With your language. You got that? With your language. And with that, we're going to close down the class. Again, I want to remind you to pay your tithes. Pay your tithes. Get ready for the what? The Passover. The Passover. April 9th. Senator Hanna has invited even errant camps. Errant camps. Fake Israelite camps. But he's invited everybody. If you're an Israelite, get to the Passover. Also next month, even before the Passover, we got the Feast of Purim, the 7th and the 8th of March. Who can tell me real quick, what did the Feast of Purim celebrate? I asked that earlier. I didn't get anything in the chat room. Shah, Shemaiah, student W, Matazah. Any of y'all, what is the Feast of Purim about? Give me a name of a person. If you can't think of anything else, give me the name of a person that celebrates. You don't have to give me a long thing. I'll give you about 30 seconds for the interest of time. The wild Shabbat. Shaban, the wild. All we're doing, we're learning together. All right, that's about 30 seconds. I'm gonna give you about 10 more seconds to see if it's gonna pop in the Feast of Purim. What's the celebration about? Shabbat. Give Shabbat big hand for Shabbat. Big up for that. Shabbat. Big up. In the book of Esther. You got us in the right place. Somebody tell me. Bring it on home for me. The book of Esther. What is it about? What's in the book of Esther? What happened in the book of Esther that we celebrate this? What we got? What we got? Who just put it in? Persian Empire was trying to kill all Jews. Close. Close. One thing we don't want to do, we never do in the ISUPK, we never add to, we never take away from the word of God. Was it the Persian Empire? Of course, Persia was in charge. But was it the Persian Empire that was trying to get the Jews killed? Talk to me. Was it really the whole Persian Empire? Why would I ask that? Esther was an Israelite. And she was married to the king who was a Persian. And she was his favorite wife. Was this king, he is the Persian Empire. Was he trying to kill all of Israel? Was he trying to eliminate all the Israelites? I commend it. Is that what you're saying? Somebody run over to the book of Esther real quick. Salakia, Haman. There you go. Haman. He's trying to get us killed. That's right. And Esther had to go and expose this clown. And he ended up getting hanged. Who was that? Who was her uncle? Mordecai? He had some gallows built for Mordecai to be hung on. He also had the king issue a decree that said anybody in the Persian Empire could kill any Jew at their discretion. And a lot of people don't know that when that decree was issued, it was issued where the Jews couldn't fight back. And because when the king back then issued a decree, even the king couldn't reverse his word, he had to issue another decree at the behest of his wife, Esther. And all he said, that any place the Jews found themselves being attacked, that they could fight back. That they could fight back. That was the second decree that Esther got him to issue. She also got him to take care of Haman. I don't know if she wanted him to do that, but Haman had built those gallows. And, you know, but that's what the Feast of Purim is about. Esther, one sister, by obeying the head, the Most High put over her, saved all of Israel. Saved all of Israel. So that's why we celebrate the Feast of Purim. Also next month, I think it's the 15th. Somebody help me out. If I get it wrong, we'll correct it next week. But I believe it's the 15th of March. We got the slaughtering of the lamb. We're gonna make it a family event. In New York, we're gonna mob out. I guess that's Saturday night. Get there that Sunday. Go to the event. Understand they're gonna have the barbecue pits out there, the grills. You know, make it a family event. We do so much stuff here in America, whether it be Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, birthdays, this day, that day, 4th of July, Columbus. They got us celebrating all kind of bullshit. But we slaughter the lambs now and get them on ice. Why? So we can have them at the Passover come the night. And you can purchase. I believe you can purchase your own lamb. Or go in with brothers and purchase a portion of lamb. I'm gonna check on that, Shar. I see Shar said I might be in Philadelphia, but it's ongoing. It's a few weeks away. Uh, somebody out of the Detroit camp for sure will be putting out some more information on that, and I will too as of next Friday in my class. With that though, hey, let's tone it on down. I'm gonna say shalom, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shabbat to my brothers, and shalom. Yahweh Shema Allah Ta'ala Hashem Yahweh Shah to my sisters.